So before I start, yesterday we're talking about mostly about the software that we needed, right? So I hope everybody has got the software installed, right? Okay. So today we'll focus on programming. Okay. My screen should be visible now. Please confirm when you can see my screen. Okay. Okay, great. So let's get started. So yesterday we saw, right, how to print a text. So if you have something called hello world, that's a text, right? And the text has to be given in quotation. We saw that the content that we give, okay, in quotation, that is printed as it is. So I'm going to choose P1 and run it. So you get hello world as it is, right? And in Python, doesn't matter whether you give single quote, double quote, or triple quote. Okay, so I'm going to show you with all these quotes. You give triple or you give right. It's all the same. Then what is difference between these? Okay. Now single and double, there is no difference. Okay. Single and double quote, there is no difference. You can use single or double wherever you want to. Okay. You can interchangeably, you can use it. But you have to keep in mind that whatever you start with, same thing you have to end with. Okay. Whatever you begin with, same thing you have to end with. Okay. Great. Now we have triple quotes. Triple quote has a advantage of creating multi-line text. Okay. That means I can say hello world and I can even write a story. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, right? You can give multi-line. I cannot do that here, okay? If I try to give enter, see, it is already giving quotation here and here. So this is how you can break a line into multi-lines only for display purpose. But if I run this, okay, you still get this one in one single line. So single quote or double quote is for single line of text. Okay, you cannot use it for multi-line. Yes, you can give /n and you can do it, right? I can give, so if I want these to be in two different lines, I have to use \n. So \n is the command we are learning, which, which is like creating a new line. So when you say \n, it's going to create a new line. So now you see it will print in different line because we gave \n. But here you see we have not given any \n, right? We give, we hit enter and triple quote will read it like a new line. Okay, same thing goes with this one as well. Okay, the single one also. So can I use Visual Studio to run a Python code? Yes, you can use Visual Studio. Just make sure that you have the right dependencies installed. Okay, if you have Python installer, install, but you can use Visual Studio, no doubt you can use it. So here also you can give sample line 2, sample line 3. And when you run it, okay, you get content in multiple line, right? So this is how triple quotation, okay, are different than single or double. Triple line means multi-line text. You are generating text in multi-line. Okay, great. Then we were speaking about, okay, giving value without quotation. So when we give value without quotation, say we gave value without quotation, right? So in this case, what happened? Computer evaluated, Python evaluated, gave us the answer. You see, 7. Quotation as it is, okay. Now you can give multi-line, right? So let's say if I have to write a program, okay, and I have to write a program, let's say something like this. I say radius equal to 5, okay, and now I'm going to use area. So area is pi r square, right? So I can say pi equal to 3.12, okay, or 14, right? Whatever. Here I can say area equal to pi r square, pi into radius into radius. Pi into radius into radius. This will be area. Circumference is going to be 2 pi into r. Okay, simple program. Now, when I say something equal to something, what does it mean? It means that in mathematics also we say, right? Let x equal to 5. Let x be 5. That means we say x equal to 5. So x is called variable. X is called variable because it can take any value. X is called variable because x can take any value. Okay. So when I say radius equal to 5, I'm creating a variable called radius. Okay. I'm creating a variable called radius. Okay. And to which I am assigning a value 5. Correct? So radius is a variable. Variable means it's a name. Okay, we are using name and I'm saying let radius be 5. Okay. In the next line, I can change it to radius equal to hello world. I can change it radius equal to 500. Doesn't matter. Okay. At least in line number, we are declaring radius equal to 5 until we change the value of radius. Till we change the value of radius, it's going to remain 5. Okay. It's going to remain 5 forever. Now, if I go and change here, if I say radius equal to 10, that's when it's going to get 10. Okay. So I don't know what you mean, Sejal. I'm actually doing a practice only, no? Okay, I'm doing a practical example. I'm telling you how area and circumference is calculated. So I don't know what you mean by practice questions. Okay. So I'm giving you practice. I'm making you practice only, right? My approach is practical. I'll take the problem, demonstrate how it works, and show it to you. Okay. So this is practice. Am I telling you presentation? Am I giving you any notes? No, right? So I don't know. Can you explain your point better when you say practice questions? Okay. It is practice question. Is it not practice questions? Okay. So you have radius equal to 5. Okay. Pi. So pi is also a variable. Now we'll talk about later in constants. Okay. And there are some inbuilt question. Pi in math has a pi. Okay. And that is a constant. Variable means where you can change the value. Okay. So I'm defining pi 3.14. Area. Now area is also a variable. Area is also a variable, very much like your radius and pi. But area is not directly getting some value. Here we are making it a dependent variable. Okay. We are making area a dependent variable of pi and radius. It is directly proportional to pi and directly proportional to radius square. That's what it means. Okay. So you change radius or you change pi, your area will also get changed. Okay, assuming that pi is variable, because we are declaring in such a way that you can change pi to 0 or anything, right? But generally pi is actually a constant. Now going to circumference, next line, I'm saying circumference equal to 2 times pi into radius. So you have factor like radius. Okay, so radius is 5. That's the given value, right? Again, pi and 2 are constant. Okay, pi and 2 are constant. So I'm going to calculate this. Now I have to print a proper message for the reader. I have to print proper message to the reader that I have implemented your solution, and this is how the output looks like. Correct? So let me do it. I'm saying print. Okay, circle of radius. So this is the text that I want as it is. This is the text I want as it is, right? So I'll say circle of radius. Circle of radius, or okay, let's say circle of radius, and we say radius. Radius is a variable. Radius is a variable. Okay, I'm giving outside the quotation so that it will be replaced with its values. It will be replaced with its values. Okay, circle of radius 5 has an area of, say, area, and circumference of cir. Right? Now let's run and see. So what do you get here? So see, it says circle of radius 5 has an area of 78.5 and circumference of 31.40000, 30.4 basically. So in this example, I have used both the quoted text as well as the variables, correct? Okay. Now let's say, okay, is there a better way? See here, I'm breaking the tag code text, right? Again, adding a variable, again, starting quotation, things like that. So is there a better way to do this? Answer is, of course, okay, we can do something better than this. So I'm going to take this entire thing as it is. I can print it. And print it back. Isn't it? This is the best thing, isn't it? We don't have to break the quotation. But what's the problem here? Is this a good way? Tell me, guys, is it good way or not? Not sure? Okay. Obviously not. This is not a good way. This is not a good way because, okay, what if the value of radius changes? Okay, radius changes to 50. Right? If radius becomes 50, then will this work? No, this is not going to work. Okay, so when I run it now, okay, so we have to say to the Python that please replace these values with a variable. Please replace these values with a variable. It's a two-step. First step is open and close. That's what I meant, double curly bracket. Curly bracket open and close. Okay. Here also, I will put curly open and close bracket. Here also I put curly open and close bracket. Okay, this is first step. Okay, of course, there is one more step that I have to do. That step is replace these values of variables. Okay. This is good, right? Okay. But this is still not sufficient. Okay. We are saying these are variables we need to replace, but we haven't replaced it. Now just replaced with the variable names. Similarly, we'll replace circumference also. Why did I copy all? No. Okay, sir. Let's run it and see. Oops, what happened? Circle of radius has an area of area and circumference of correct. Okay. I was thinking something else. Sorry. It's circumference only. No. This is circumference only, correct? It's same thing, right? So first thing is we are replacing the value that needs to be replaced with the value, okay, or the variable rather. I'm marking it as curly bracket, right? I'm marking it as curly bracket. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is the values has to be replaced with the variable. Okay, for example, radius where you want to print will be replaced with radius, right? The area where you want to substitute will be substituted by area. Okay, now you have to add F in front to indicate that I'm doing formatting. Okay, I'm doing formatting. So here you call it as F string or format string. Okay, now when you run it, okay, oops, I keep getting here. What is happening here? Has an area of F string. This is an extra bracket. Okay, see, this is what I was thinking. Okay, yeah. So now you see, you got the values here. You see this? Right? So what we just did is we are using F string, format string. So format string, okay, will not require you to close the quotation multiple times. Okay, and you can display the customized message based on one single quotation. Okay, so now line number 17 and 18, they do same thing. Okay, so you are free to choose whether you want to do with 17 or 18. You can choose. Okay, not okay, both are equally good, but I find 18 more efficient. Okay, least number of confusion. Okay, so generally when I have only one variable to handle in a text, I use first method. But when I have to handle multiple variables, I use second method. Okay. Okay. So now see, it also depends upon the type of values you are dealing with. Okay, because types of values will indicate or will tell you what are the possible opportunities, what are the possible ways that you can use. So it is important to know the data type of data that you have. For example, if it is number, can we add them? Yes, we can add them. Can we multiply them? Yes, we can multiply them. Okay, but can we join them? Yes, we can join them, right? Okay, but joining is not a mathematical operation. Joining is a non-mathematical operation. Okay, so it depends upon the data that you have, and based on that, there are some properties. Okay, so we'll talk about data and its properties now. So first of all, how do you find the data type? Okay, so what kind of data is radius storing? Okay, what kind of data is radius storing? So I can print it something like this. I can say print radius has, okay, comma, type of area. Okay, when you run it, see it says float. Okay, then what is the type of, okay, so this is area, right? Let me put area, and here I'm going to say radius, let's say. Oh, IUS. Radius. I put the radius. So now you see you get int. Okay. So when you talk about numbers, numbers can be integer. Int indicates integer. Okay. The number that does not have a decimal point, number that do not have decimal point are called as integers. Number that has decimal point, it could be 0, 5.0, is also your float. Okay, so we have seen two types of numbers, which basic numbers which Python support. One is integer, other is float. We also have complex numbers. Okay, so we are not going to get into details of complex numbers, but you should know that complex numbers can also be used or implemented using Python. What is complex number? Complex numbers are square root of -1, right? So square root of 1 is 1 or -1. What is square root of -1? Okay, who can tell me what is the square root of -1? Nobody knows? Okay, so square root of -1 I call complex numbers. Okay, and in mathematics we write them using -1. Sorry, minus square root of -1 is written as complex numbers, which is your I. Okay, in mathematics we write I, but in Python we represent it by J. So J is your, okay, complex number. Okay, what is J value? Square root of -1. So what will be J square? What will be J square? Okay, Maithili, it is -1, not 1. Because square root of -1 is j. So j square will be -1. Okay. So, we can run it and show you. Okay. So I'm going to say here, say num1 equal to, okay, num1 equal to, let's say I give value 5j, right? I told you this is how we write complex numbers. First number and then you add j. Okay. So now I say square of 5j or square of num2. Oops, sorry. Print value of okay. So value of here j square, right? I was thinking of format. J square is -1. So num1 square. So I'll put f here and I'm going to put curly bracket. So value of j square is -1. So num1 square will be, okay, will be 5j into 5j. So you see, so 5j, 5 square is 25, j square is -1, -25. So if you just look at -25, it is an integer value. Okay, integer float doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. Okay, so -25 is your negative value, which is integer basically. So 5j square, okay, could have become integer value, but with one catch. The catch is, since it's a complex number, it's not going to go that easy. So it adds plus 0j. So it says 0j, it doesn't say j. That means this does not have a j value. This does not have a complex value. But since the origin of the number was from complex, you have to end up getting a complex number. So 25j square is going to be 25 into 25, 625 minus 1. So minus 625. Is it clear, everyone? So we have seen 3 types of data being used by Python. So all these 3 types of data, they have they have quotation, which no, right? We don't give quotation when we declare it. Whether it's number or Boolean, sorry, not Boolean, we're talking about a number, which is integer or float or complex. All these 3 are numbers. Okay, so in terms of basic numbers, Python provides integer, float, and numbers. Okay, every other number will be one of this form. Second thing is, all these are given without quotation. Okay, you don't give with quotation. The moment you use quotation, it becomes a string. Okay, so if I say val1 equal to Oops, what happens sometimes? Okay, so I'm saying here value 1 equal to, let's say, hello world. And I say print type of val1. J square is -1, so 5j square will be 25. Okay, and then you see it says string. Hello world is a string because it has quotation. So when you want to read something as quotation, if you want to read something as string, then you use quotation. So we have seen the data type. Data type of quotation is string. str stands for string. So we have seen 4 types of values now. Okay, what are those 4 types of values? Integer, float, and boolean. Okay, apart from this, you have one more basic data type, okay, which is called as boolean. So if I say val1 equal to true, okay, so see here, true, we don't write, though it's a text, but we don't write in quotation 1, okay, because the way we have written, what did you notice anything? Okay, no, not yet. I'm looking at the messages. Okay, okay, the T is capital. T cannot be smaller. This is the spelling. Okay, type of, let me put val1. Yes. Okay, so the when you write true, T has to be capital and rest has to be small. You cannot say T is small and rest capital, or you cannot use something of your own. When you declare something like this, you can declare false also. Okay, you can declare false also. How do you declare false? You say equal to inverted comma. No, you will not use inverted comma. We use that only for string. We are using boolean, so no inverted comma. Equal to F capital ALSE, false. AL, F, ALSE, false. T capital RUE, UE, TRUE, okay, TRUE is true. Yes, everyone. So that's how we use our basic data types. There are 5 basic data types. So today we have seen so far how to declare a variable. What are variables? Okay. So what is variable? It is a name that we give to values, right? So that from next time onwards, we don't have to reuse the value, we can reuse the code. Advantage is when you have to change the value, you don't have to go back and change all the information that you have. Only the one that is not working, you'll have to relook at it. Okay. So at a basic level, we have 5 data types: true, false, which is of type Boolean, ABCD with text is string, then numbers anywhere from -infinity to +infinity with values of 0. Okay, we call it as, okay, 0 decimal point. We call it as integer. Okay, similarly, you have float and Boolean. Sorry, float and complex. Okay, float and complex. Okay, now we then also looked at the variable and we have seen how to assign values to the variable. Okay, one thing you have to keep in mind is, or maybe 2-3 things, okay, about variable names. when you're declaring a variable, variable name cannot begin with underscore. Okay, underscore is not allowed in a okay. Your variables are of how many types? 5 basic types, isn't it? And you can find the data type of each variable using type. You cannot use string where numbers are required, when adding or subtraction is required. You cannot use numbers when text is required. That takes us to the next topic, which is called as operators and operations. Any questions so far, guys? All good? Yes, Ankita. Okay. So So based on the the operation that we can perform on numbers, okay, we can do different operations. Okay. First we'll see today is called arithmetic operations. Okay. Arithmetic operations means to perform mathematic-like operations. So when you look at the example that I did, okay, the radius example, basically what I did was I created a simple program, right? And my objectives were achieved using operations. I use multiplication. Multiplication is an operation, isn't it? So we'll see different operations that are available on arithmetic or numbers. Okay, so I can say num1 equal to 5. Okay, and then we say num2 equal to 10. Okay, now let's start performing one by one operations. I'm going to say num1 space num2. Okay, how to perform addition, guys? Tell me, how do we perform addition? When we put plus in between these numbers, isn't it? Where is plus? Okay, n is small here. So when you are adding two numbers, you use plus sign. Yes, guys, you're right. Okay, if you have to perform subtraction, you will say minus. Okay, you need to say, like we'll say multiplication, then we use this sign. Okay, division. Okay, now you can run it and see. Okay, 5 plus 10, 5 minus 10, 5 into 10, and 5 by 10. So these are the basic 4 arithmetic operations. Apart from that, you have few more. Okay, the next one we look at double star and double division. Okay, what is double star? Double star is like exponent power. So if I say num1 into num2, it means 5 to the power 10. 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5, so on up to 10 times. Okay, so left side value will be base, right side value becomes the power. Okay, so if I say 5 star star 10, 10 would become the division, right? Sorry, here you're talking about power. So 10 will become the power. 5 to the power 10. This is what you get when you do 5 star star 2. Double division. Okay. Double division is called integer division. Okay. So integer division is when you divide a number by some other number, of course, you will get generally something point something something something. What it says is, okay, double slash says, I'm going to remove the decimal point. I'm going to remove the decimal point. So double slash will round it off to next, not round it off, sorry. It's not going to round it off. So if I say 9 by 10, 9 divide double slash 10, what do you get? 9 double slash, okay, 10. See, single slash will give you 90. And I'm saying it will only give you the integer part. So 90, sorry, 9, and this is 9. 9 by 10 will give you 0. Is it clear? Double slash is going to give us integer division. It's not going to give us the decimal part. Decimal part is gone. Similarly, you have modulus. What does modulus do, guys? Modulus will divide the number and will give you remainder only. Okay? No, Ajay, your analysis is wrong. Ajay is saying 0 and 1. See, if you divide by 2, then you get zeros and 1. If you divide by 5, you can get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a remainder. So when you perform multiplication by 0 integer division, okay, what is left? Your remainder. Go back to your, basic classes of mathematics. Maybe 4th class would have done it, 3rd, 4th class division. So what we said was, if you divide 13 by 5, what do you get? So I'm going to say 13 by 5. So 13 by 5, okay, 13 by 5, yes. So Ankita says 3, yes. So this is 13 and this is 5. 13 divided by 5. So it will go 5 2s, right? 2 times. And remainder is 3. 5 2s 10 and remainder is 3. Okay, so you will get remainder of 3. So these are the operations of arithmetic numbers. Okay, so you can only put arithmetic values, not arithmetic, any number. Okay, so float, integer, and even your complex numbers. Complex number also we discussed. Those are numeric data type, isn't it? So you can use any numeric data type here. Okay, and based on that you get respective values. Yes. Okay, this is arithmetic operators. Now we have to do comparison operators. We'll do comparison operators today. Okay. So comparison operator, as the name suggests, this is about comparing the values. Okay. So let's say I take here comparison operators. We are trying to compare two values. Okay. So comparison operator can be less than equal to, greater than equal to, Okay. So less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, and equal to. So equal to here sign is double equal to, not single equal to. What did we say single equal to is used for? Single equal to is for assignment. We've been using single equal to so far. Okay. So single equal to is to assign the value, to assign a particular value to a variable. So if I have a variable variable, okay, L1 or length, and I say equal to 5, 5 becomes the value of length. Okay. So now let's see. Comparison operators will take any data type, any basic data type that we discussed, and return will be only Boolean, or what you call bool actually, not bill. Okay, single L. Okay, so return will be only Boolean. So I'm comparing two values. Okay, I'm comparing two values, and the result will be either true or false. Okay, either the result will be either true or false. You can't have anything else here. So if I say print num1, okay, you have less than num1 less than 50. Now, is this number true or false? Is number less than 50? Answer is yes. Number is less than 50. Correct? Number 1 is 5. I'm asking question. This is like asking question. Is num1 less than 50? Okay. I'm talking about num1, not num2. Okay. In this case, both num1 and num2 is anyway less than 50. So you get true here. So comparison operator will always return either true or false. Okay. Now let's do something like this. Print num1 less than num2. Okay. I'm going to add for all. Okay. So num1 less than equal to num1 greater than num1 greater than equal to okay, then we are left with okay equal to and not equal to. Okay, tell me, is num1 less than num2? Num1 is 5. Is it less than num2? Answer is yes, 5 is less than 10, right? So this will give us true. Is num1 less than or equal to num2? It is less than. We don't have to check for equal to. True. Okay. Is num1 greater than num2? No, num2 is less. Sorry, num2 is greater than num1. Num1 is less than num2. So you get false here. Okay. Sometimes my mouse behaves that way. Okay, num1 greater than num2? No. Greater than equal to also, it's false. Is num1 equal to num2? 5, 10, are they equal? No, they are false. Is num1 not equal to num2? True. Num1 is not equal to num2. So you get true. So when you run it, okay, you get true, false. Okay, I think we have done enough today. Can quickly somebody write what we have done so far today? Today it was heavy, program heavy, right? Yes, okay. So you need to practice, guys. Okay, that's all. Practice will make you perfect. We looked at 5 important data types, functions, or so not functions, data types in Python. What are those? Integer, float, Boolean, complex, and string. Each of them have different requirements of data. They have been created to handle different types of data. Okay, then we discussed about different operations that you can perform on data. So if you have number, you can perform plus, minus, multiplication, division. Along with that, we saw 3 more operators. One is integer division, one is remainder modulus, and third one is exponent power, double slash, double star, and percentage sign. Percentage sign for modulus, double star for power or exponent, double slash for integer division. They're going to give you only integer. Okay, then we looked at two important operations. One is arithmetic operations, which happens only on numbers. And then we also saw, okay, comparison operators, where you're comparing two values. Comparing two values will always result into Boolean value, either true or false. I'm checking, is it greater, is it smaller, is it equal to, is it not equal to? Answer will be either true or false, Boolean values. Okay, so next class tomorrow when we meet, we'll talk about one more operators, which is logical operators, and then we'll see some examples before we start talking about if else tomorrow. Okay, any question, guys? Was it good? Anything not clear? Yes, sir, true. Okay, so with that we end it here. How was it? Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Maithili, how was it, guys? Was it good? Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll come as we go along, right? We'll be little faster also, little faster, not very fast. But more importantly, we will repeat. I'm going to repeat it again and again so that you understand. Okay, these are basic, these are foundation. The foundation is good, you can build strong programs. Okay. So okay then, take care everyone, have fun and do practice if you get time. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. Bye.